would be Foods for a Healthy Heart. Since this is your first time using WebEx, let us know so that we can help you guide through the tools. You'll see a chat box located at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Please comment in the chat throughout this, and please write down what might concern you about healthy eating. We're also encouraging you to investigate all the tools throughout the presentation. And just a reminder that this session will be recorded, so we're going to start right now. Welcome to Foods for a Healthy Heart, where you will be learning about food. We will start today's class with doing a quick review of the tools available to us in the virtual classroom. We'll then proceed with introduction of the presenter, the producer, and you guys, the participants. We will then go over a few ground rules that will set the stage for a positive virtual experience. We will be reviewing who and what affects our choices that we make about our diet, followed by breaking down foods into their separate components. We will wrap up the program with a program evaluation so that we can continually improve our virtual programming. I would like to take this time to review some of the classroom tools with you that they will be using today. You will see at the top left-hand side of the screen a whiteboard toolbar. Joanna is pointing to that picture so you can see it as a visual. To select these tools, all you need to do is click on them once. We're going to be using only two of these tools for today's presentation, the pointer tool and the text tool. The first tool you will see is the pointer tool. This is the big, thick arrow pointing to the right. Locate this on your screen by selecting it and clicking it once. Then click down at the screen so I can see that you found it. Go ahead and try it for me. Can you find it, Jennifer?
She's got it.
Yeah, I found it.
Good job. To the right of the pointer icon is the letter T. This is the text tool. Select your text tool by clicking on it once, and then take your cursor to the right of your pointer tool on the screen and type in your name. In order for all of us to see what you've written, simply click on your mouse anywhere else on the screen you're typing for all of us to hear.
Do you want me to give you my card and that way give you any questions?
If your color is a little difficult to see, such as yellow on a white background, you can change your color of text by clicking on the drop-down arrow located next to your text tool. Then click on your text tool again to type in your answer with a darker color. Go ahead and write down your name for me. Can you guys find that?
Yeah, I think so.
Good job, Jennifer. Oh, hi, Francis.
Hi, Francis.
Hi, guys.
I'll probably ask you to keep yourself muted just because of the background noise, okay, Francis?
Pardon?
We'll probably ask you to stay muted just because of your background noise. So
yes, right now we're doing double checking all our computers.
Oh, yeah, okay. No problem. Yeah, no problem.
I'm muting myself.
Awesome. Hi, Annie.
Hi.
Hi, we're just reviewing a couple of the classroom tools. So far it was the pointer tool and the text tool, and those are located up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. So you should see a toolbar that looks like this one. I just thought I'd put a picture on the slide.
Yep, I did that before, so I know.
Perfect, great. Move going on.
Perfect. So let me guide your eyes to the right-hand side of the screen where you'll find a participant panel. It is here you'll be able to see all the participants involved in today's class. You can also mute or unmute by clicking the microphone next to your name. We use this mute to minimize any background noise. When you have muted yourself, you will see an X located on the headset next to your name. I see you have all tried it. Beside the participant panel is an emotional toolbar. Each picture icon is a toggle, which means you need to push it once to activate it and then press it again to deactivate it. For example, if you want to raise your hand, you would press it once, and then to lower it, you would press it again. Go ahead and give it a try, everybody. Good job. Beside the hand, you will also see a green check mark and a red X. This is used when answering quick yes or no answers. Please press the green check when you have found it. Good job. Now finally at the bottom of the right-hand side of the screen is the chat box. We encourage you to send chats throughout the presentation, including comments and questions. Make sure you select all participants from that drop-down menu so that everybody can see what you've written. Let's give it a try. Please send a chat to all participants sharing what is your favorite healthy food. Are there any questions about the tools today? Give me a green check for yes or a red X for no. Thank you. So I would like to welcome you. As you all know me, my name is Kristina Dungy, and I'm the Integration and Support Programmer for the Petawawa Military Family Resource Center, a mom of 2 young boys. I've been in this role since December, and prior to my employment here, I was working as a primary care paramedic in Ottawa. Now I'd like to introduce you to my producer for this afternoon, who is Joanna.
Hi everybody, so I'm Joanna and I'm the co-facilitator of the class that Kristina is completing by doing this final presentation. And Frances, it's good to see your name up here as well. Frances completed our class a few classes back, so it's good to see you again in the virtual classroom. And so thank you all for attending and supporting Kristina. It's been 8 weeks of pretty intense training, and this is her final project. So we thank you for your support, and I'm excited to work with her today to talk about how we can be better at our healthy eating, because I think we all need a little bit of encouragement in that area. So it's great to be with you all today.
Thanks, Joanna. Now it's time to meet you guys, the participants. When I call upon you, please answer the following questions, and Joanna's going to write your answers on the board. Hopefully she can keep up. Tell us your name, where you're located, why you're taking the course, and one thing you've always wanted to do in your life. So here we go. Annie, go ahead.
Okay, I'm on mute. Okay, so I'm Annie. I'm at the PMFRC. What are you? I'm taking this course because I'm Kristina's supervisor and I wanted to support her, and we can always learn more about food. And something that I always wanted to do, I would say, well, I always wanted to do a cruise, and I did it this year, so I think I need to find a new goal. I'm going to say, yeah, that's good.
We'll work on something, but I know you enjoyed your cruise. Frances.
Hello. So I'm Frances. I'm from Petawawa as well, from the MFRC here. Well, I'm taking this one particular for supporting Kristina, and also it's always good to have a refresher on good eating. It's something I always like to do and participate. And I don't have just one thing that I always wanted to do. That's my issue. I've got way too many on the list. One of the biggest ones, and I'm aiming for that, is completing an Ironman. So that's something I'd love to do. On top of skydiving and going to somewhere south and somewhere warm. So that's also something I'd like to do, but a few other things on the go.
Skydiving sounds fun. I've done it. It's scary. I'll just forewarn you. Jennifer, what about you?
I'm from Petawawa as well, working with the PMFRC mostly on the south side. I'm taking this course to support Kristina as well, and it's always nice to have a good reminder to eat healthy. And one thing I wanted to always do is skydiving as well, so maybe we should go together.
That sounds like a plan. We could plan it. There's a place in Armprior that does it, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll make plans for that. So it's really nice to meet all of you again in this virtual classroom, and this is a great opportunity to share our expertise and our knowledge. So right now we're going to set the stage for our virtual classroom with setting a few ground rules. So some ground rules are that I would like you to please turn off your email and any other distractions, whether that be a cell phone, the music in the background. Please minimize any background noise, or if you do see that there's a lot of green lines beside your name, please put yourself on mute. And I do ask that you participate actively in the class. As we participate actively and with our discussions, I want you to make sure that you're having fun and, above all, explore the classroom with us. I would like you to grab your pointer tool found in that upper left-hand corner of the screen and select a row by using the slide pointer tool. Joanna is demonstrating. Now I would like you to select your text tool, and I would like you to take a minute and write down who or what you think affects the choices that we make about our food. Once you're done, please give me a green check. And just remember that you need to click away so that I can see what you have written. Thank you, everyone. Now we're going to review some of your ideas. So, Jennifer, you think your spouse affects what you choose? How would you do that?
He eats chips at night, which makes me want to eat chips.
True, true. And Francis, you say your stress affects what you eat?
Yes, because usually when I'm stressed, I've got less time to prepare good food or even to stop in to get some conveniences. So it means that, yes, I'm often to get something less than that's healthy.
It's true, very true. And Annie, you said your business of the day affects what you eat?
Yeah, basically because I like to cook from scratch as most as I can do. But the thing is, when you work long days and you're tired at night and you have like to bring the kids to every sports out there, and it's way easier to just grab something on the go. So you may have good intentions, but they also, and of course, like you forgot to thaw the meat in the morning when you left, and he comes. It's just not working.
That is true. And Joanna, you say your tongue affects what you eat?
Yes, my tongue says eat anything that resembles cake. Even when my belly says no. Hips. Sometimes my hips say no, but I don't listen to my hips as much as I listen to my tongue.
Well, you guys have all made some good ideas and good choices of what affects your food. We're going to review it now. From the day that you're born, you're genetically programmed for many things, and eating healthy is one of them. As an infant, your choices of food are made for you, and this is when we see that there's different factors that affect our food choices and our healthy eating habits. Our family, our friends, society, mass media, and our financial situation all affect what we eat, how we eat, and where we eat. It's important to recognize what our eating habits are and how we are affected by them, and what we're able to do to make a change to live a healthier lifestyle. It's important to recognize that some of our food choices are also based on the availability of food due to environmental factors or locations in which you live, such as Petawawa. If you live in an area where there's very few stores, 1 or 2 grocery stores, then you're limited by what's available to you. So we're going to break down some foods today. We're going to go into proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and vitamins and minerals. Protein. You probably know that you eat protein. Well, what exactly is protein? Many of the foods that we eat contain protein, but the best sources are beef, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Proteins are macronutrients which are essential to building muscle mass, maintaining and replacing the tissue in your body. Your muscles, being your organs, and your immune system are also made up mostly of protein. Chemically, protein is composed of amino acids, which are organic compounds made of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. And these amino acids are the building blocks of protein, which are also the building blocks of your muscle mass. Your body uses these proteins that you eat to make specialized protein molecules that have specific jobs. Your body, for instance, uses proteins to make hemoglobin. Other proteins are used to build cardiac muscle, which is your heart. In fact, when you're running or just hanging out, protein is doing most important work, like moving your legs, carrying oxygen through your body, and protecting you from diseases. Now I would like you to select your text tool again, located in the upper left-hand corner of the toolbar, and I'd like everybody to take a moment and write down what percentage of your daily intake you think should be protein. Go ahead and write it down now. Anywhere on the whiteboard.
And just remember to click away once you've written so we can see what you've written. So click, after you've written, click somewhere else on your screen.
Great, so you guys are ranging about the 30 to 40%, highest being 50. It's recommended that the daily intake of protein is only 10 to 35% of your daily calories. This means that most people need approximately 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal, not all at once. Fats. Fat is an essential part of our diet and nutrition, and we can't live without it. Our bodies require a small amount of good fats to be able to function and to help prevent diseases. More often than not, our diets contain far more fat than the body really needs. Too much fat, especially too many bad fats, cause serious health conditions such as high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, high cholesterol, heart conditions, cancer, that's just naming a few. And these conditions are not only present in the adult population, but they're becoming more prominent in the younger generation, creating a greater concern. Dietary fats make food tasty, and they often improve the texture of food as well as the smell and the flavor. They make the food more appealing. Like protein, fat is essential to the human life. We all need fat in our diet. Fat is a concentrated source of energy, meaning 1 gram of fat contains 9 calories. The body can pull on its fat reserves during lean times for energy, converting fat into glucose, meaning sugar. Fat provides a cushion to help prevent and protect our vital organs. Without fat, our organs would be more prone to damage. Furthermore, fat acts as the insulator, keeping us warm in those winter months, especially out here. However, too much means more bulk, means more weight, which in turn increases the workload on our heart and on other organs. Fat enables our body to produce vitamins. Surprising, but vitamin A, D, E, and K are all fat soluble, and they're vital to good health. Like amino acids and protein, fat contains essential fatty acids, as their names are suggesting, which means good for your health, and they like to help the heart and the immune system. The human body can't make its own essential fatty acids. Therefore, it's important that we do eat fat. Due to its high calorific value, it's easy to consume too many calories when eating fatty foods. And those unused calories can be stored as fat, which causes our weight gain. Our bodies store fat in lean times, and we've evolved to cope with seasonal availability of food. We store fat when it's plentiful, and we burn it off when it's scarce. Give me a green check if you've ever been confused about the difference between good fats, bad fats, saturated, unsaturated, or give me a red X if you have a good handle on it. So it seems like some of us have a good handle on it and some of us get confused. Don't worry, so do I. Saturated fats are worse for you than unsaturated fats. This is due to their chemical structure and how the body processes them. Trans fat, hydrogenated fat are most exclusively manufactured. Although they do occur naturally in very, very small quantities of meat and dairy products, they are essential in many of the processed foods and are particularly bad and linked to an increase of high cholesterol levels and heart disease. The two types of fats are saturated and unsaturated. Unsaturated fats are generally considered better for us than saturated fats. The reason is down to the molecular structure of the fat. Saturated fat molecules form a regular shape that clump together easily, whereas unsaturated fats, they form irregular shapes and they can't clump together. So when you're thinking of your arteries, unsaturated fats can get blocked to your arteries and they can cause buildup, whereas saturated fats, they build up along the walls of the arteries. Therefore, the saturated fats build up, and they can lead to higher blood pressure, making it more difficult for your heart to pump and get the rich blood around your body. Fats aren't soluble in water unless this problem becomes addressed. Usually through change of diet and increase in exercise, you can lead to serious health problems such as coronary artery disease and coronary heart disease. Generally, saturated fats come from animals, and they're usually solid at room temperature. Unsaturated fats, they come from vegetables, oily fish or olive oil, and they look like soft margarines. Vegetable sources do contain saturated fats, but very low amounts. Hydrogenated fats is a manufactured fat, and it's used in processing food. It's the worst of all fats when it comes to health. Hydrogenated fat is a vegetable fat that's been treated with extra hydrogen. This is a chemical change makeup of that fat, making it a solid at room temperature. Hydrogenated fats or trans fats increase coronary heart disease, cancer, and are chemically more like plastic than oil. This is the most important type of fat to avoid. If you think of margarine, margarine is only one chemical composition different than plastic. Carbohydrates. Give me a smiley face if you're struggling with carbohydrate overconsumption. Or a green check. Carbohydrates are one of the 3 macronutrients in our diet, fat and protein being the others. They exist in many forms and are mainly found in starchy foods such as bread and pasta and rice, as well as in some beverages, which are fruit juices and sugar-sweetened drinks. Carbohydrates represent the most important source of energy for our body and are vital for the varied and balanced diet. Now, we have 2 types of carbohydrates that we eat. There's simple carbohydrates and complex carbs. Give me a green check if you understand the difference between simple and complex carbs. So simple carbohydrates are those that we call simple sugars. They are found in refined sugars like white sugar that you would find in a bowl. If you have a lollipop, you're eating a simple carb. But you'll also find simple sugars in more nutritious foods such as fruit and milk. It's better that you get your simple sugars from food like milk. Why? Because sugar is not added to these foods, and they also contain vitamins, fiber, and important nutrients like calcium. The lollipop, on the other hand, doesn't contain those nutrients, but it does contain a simple carb. Complex carbs are called your starches. Starches include grains, breads, crackers, pasta, and rice. As with simple sugars, some of these complex carb foods are better choices than others. Refined grains, like white flour, white rice, are all processed, which removes any sort of nutrients, such as the fiber. But unrefined grains still contain these vitamins and minerals. Unrefined grains are rich in fiber, which helps your digestive system work very well. Fiber helps you feel full, so you're less likely to overeat. This explains why a bowl of oatmeal fills you up better than that bowl of corn pops. Use your chat right now and write down which type of carb you think you should be eating. So Joanna thinks we should be eating complex carbs. Anybody else? Complex, unrefined. So you guys are all right in one sense or another. You should be consuming both types of carbohydrates to maintain a healthy diet. And always remember that no matter what you're eating, it should always be in moderation. Vitamins and minerals. Can you raise your hand and let me know if you supplement, if you want, your diet with vitamins and minerals with the over-the-counter supplements. Vitamins and minerals make people's body work properly. Although you get some vitamin and minerals from the food you eat every day, some foods have more vitamins and minerals than others. So vitamins and minerals fall into two categories, fat-soluble and water-soluble. Fat-soluble vitamins, being A, D, E, and K, dissolve in fat, and they can be stored in your body. Water-soluble vitamins, on the other hand, such as C and B complex, they need to dissolve in water before your body can absorb them. Because of this, your body can't store these vitamins. So any vitamin C or B that your body doesn't use, it passes out through your system and it's lost. So you need a fresh supply of vitamin C and B complex every day. Whereas vitamins and organic substances, minerals are inorganic elements, and they come from the soil and water and are absorbed through plants and eaten by animals. Your body needs larger amounts of some minerals, such as calcium, to grow and stay healthy. Other minerals, such as chromium, copper, iodine, iron, selenium, and zinc, are all trace minerals, and you do need these, but only very small amounts each day. Vitamins and minerals boost your immune system. They support normal growth, development, and help cells and organs do their job. For example, you've probably heard that carrots are good for your eyes. It is true. They're full of a substance called carotene, which then your body converts into vitamin A, which then prevents eye problems. Another vitamin, vitamin K, helps your blood clot. So if you cut yourself or scrape yourself, it helps stop the bleeding. Not right away, but quicker if you didn't. If you find vitamin K in green leafy vegetables, broccoli, and soybeans. And to have strong bones, you need to eat foods such as milk and yogurt and green leafy vegetables, which are rich in the mineral calcium. So it's a good way to get your kids to eat their diet. Now we do have other essential elements. You don't require much sodium chloride in your diet. However, it's necessary to keep the body going, sodium chloride being salt. The body requires approximately 6 grams of sodium per day. This amount of sodium is obtainable in your daily diet, and you're not required to add salt to your food. Raise your hand if you're adding salt to your table food. Salt does make our food taste better, though. Now, fiber. Fiber is the substance that we find in plants. Dietary fiber is found in fruits, vegetables, and grains. It's important in a healthy diet, and it is often found that many individuals are lacking fiber in their daily diets. Dietary fiber adds that bulk to your diet and makes you feel fuller faster and can help with weight control. Fiber aids in digestion, and it helps to prevent any sort of bowel obstruction. So we have 2 types of fiber. They are soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber attracts water, and it makes it turn into like a gel paste during your digestion. This slows down the digestive system. Soluble fiber is found in oat bran, barley, nuts, seeds, and fruits and vegetables. And research shows that soluble fiber lowers your cholesterol, which helps prevent heart disease. Insoluble fiber is found in wheat bran, vegetables, and whole grains. And this type of fiber speeds up the passage of the food through your digestive system, but it also adds that bulk to that stool. So it's important to make sure that you're balancing your diet. If you have both types of fiber, then you're able to keep everything moving and right on track. So when we're talking about calories now, we're talking about a unit of measurement. Calories, they measure energy. When we read something that contains 100 calories, what it's really describing is how much energy your body is receiving from eating or drinking the food or substance. Your body needs calories for energy as much as we all try and limit our calories. I'd like you to grab your pointer tool again and claim a row just like Joanna is demonstrating. Then using your text tool, write down what you think the total number of calories are for men and women per day. When you're done, give me a green check. Good job, everybody. The average man requires approximately 2,500 calories per day, and the average woman approximately only 2,000 calories. We need to remember that this is an average amount, and it'll change based on your lifestyle choices. Being, if you're more active, you'll require a few more calories, but that doesn't mean you require 1,000 more calories. I'm going to give you some interesting food facts. So bananas. Did you know that bananas are an excellent source of potassium and energy? And bananas, you cannot overdose on the amount of potassium you have if you constantly eat bananas. You'll become fuller too fast before you overdose. Bananas help with decreasing your blood pressure, and they're also an excellent source of vitamin B6 and B12. And one interesting fact is that they help decrease anybody's craving for nicotine. So anybody who knows any smokers, tell them to have some bananas. Kiwis are a fruit loaded with vitamin C, and in fact, they have higher vitamin C than oranges. And they're also an excellent source of fiber, especially when you eat the skin. Kiwis also are loaded with no fat content, so they're beneficial for our diet as well. Now asparagus. They're high in glucothioneine, which is important anti-carcinogen, meaning it helps fight cancer. It's also contained rutin, which is protecting your blood vessels from rupturing, and they found that it protects you against radiation. Asparagus are also a good source of vitamin A, C, and E, and also B complex, potassium, and zinc. So asparagus are great for our diet. If any of you know any interesting food facts, please raise your hand and share with the class. Anybody know any? Annie, go ahead.
You have to unmute, Annie. Annie, you'll have to unmute so we can hear you.
Sorry, I was just typing it. I know an interesting fact is that ice cream is delicious, but it's really bad for you.
That is a food fact. Anybody else know any others?
I don't know how you top that one.
I have a few. Broccoli actually has higher vitamin C than oranges as well.
Oh, wow.
It actually contains twice the amount of vitamin C than oranges. If any of you like to cook with cilantro, cilantro has been kind of proven to be a treatment or helpful preventative measure for urinary tract infections. And roasted pumpkin seeds, surprisingly enough, they contain damaged fats, which then lead to plaque in your arteries. So when we like to cook those pumpkin seeds on Halloween, they're not always that good for us.
Huh. So I shouldn't be adding them to my salads? Is that what you're saying?
The cooked ones have the higher broken down fat, not the raw ones.
Oh, good to know. That's very good to know. I have
also added a link with a lot of other interesting food facts. I can send that out to anybody if they're ever looking for it. So we'll go to things that we drink because we've already eaten enough for the day. We've all been told at one time or another that it's important to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. But it's important to understand why behind it, because I never can drink 6 to 8 glasses of water in a day. Give me a green check if you get to your daily water consumption of 6 to 8 glasses, or a red X if you don't. Okay, well, at least I'm not the only one that doesn't. So the average human body is 50 to 65% made up of water, and the average infant body is made up of 78% water, which then drops to 68% once they turn 1 year old. Without water, your body stops working, and it stops working properly. A person can't survive without water for a few days. Every function in your body, and I mean every function, requires water. Your blood contains a lot of water, and this helps it carry the oxygen throughout to its cells. Water is also in lymph, which is the fluid part of your immune system, which helps you fight off illnesses. Water helps in lubrication. You lubricate your eyes, your joints, your daily movements, and doing all your skills. You also need water to help in food digestion and to get rid of that waste buildup from the fiber to flush out any sort of toxins that are in your body. Water keeps our skin looking healthy and younger. When there's a decreased amount of water in your body, you become confused, and when it gets even worse, you become ill and you can potentially die. The average human body needs approximately 1.2 liters of water per day. Now, I know we all love our early morning coffees. I am one of them, or our early morning teas, or our dose of chocolate over Easter and Halloween. And that's okay, but it's important to know that caffeine is a diuretic, and it will decrease the amount of water in your body. Although most parents don't dream of giving their children a cup of coffee, but they are now starting to give more cups of tea, they may routinely serve their children high levels of caffeine without realizing it. Foods and drinks with caffeine are everywhere and easily consumable, being your fruit juices, being your pop. And caffeine is a drug. It's a stimulant of the central nervous system that can affect adults and children alike. At low levels, it makes people feel more alert and more energetic. But too much caffeine can cause you to have jitteriness, nervousness, upset stomachs, headaches, difficulty concentrating or sleeping. It can increase your blood pressure and increase your heart rate, and it can also cause an increase in heart problems or nervous disorders that you may not be aware of already. Now, alcohol, we all know that alcohol is a drug. It's a legal drug, but still a drug. And drinking too much of it, even on a single occasion over time, it can cause a toll on your health and on your body. Alcohol can affect your brain and the way your pathways of your brain are firing. It can affect the way your brain looks and works. The disruption of these changes can make a person's mood or behavior, make it harder for them to think and to move clearly in coordination with each other. Drinking alcohol over long periods of time, or even if you drink on a single occasion but an excessive amount, it can damage your heart, leading to serious life-threatening conditions. Many people don't understand that drinking just in one sitting can have the same effects as drinking for over 10 years. Damage to the heart can include a cardiomyopathy, which is where you're stretching and drooping your heart muscle, arrhythmias, which is the irregular heartbeats. You can cause stroke, high blood pressure, and many others. And moderate amounts of alcohol can also be found to protect a healthy adult, but that means moderate amounts. And it can also help you from preventing coronary heart disease. Now, in your chats, since you're all legal drinking age, I would like you to type which color of wine you think has been proven to help with the heart. And now it's been proven to help with weight loss. So Frances thinks red. Oh, Annie thinks red, but she doesn't like it. So you're right, it is red wine, but only in moderation. So that doesn't mean a bottle in a day. It just means in moderation. Now, alcohol can cause problems with your liver. Heavy drinking can take toll on your liver and can lead to a variety of life-altering problems and liver inflammation, which can include, but not limited to, fatty liver problems, alcohol hepatitis, fibrosis, which is scar tissue, and cirrhosis. They don't sound too appealing to me. Alcohol causes the pancreas to produce toxic substances which lead to pancreatitis, which is the inflammation. And then it prevents proper digestion, which then can also lead to constipation. And alcohol can lead to cancer. It's surprising but important to note that drinking too much alcohol can lead to your increased risk of developing certain cancers. These cancers can include, but are not limited to, surprising, cancer of the mouth, cancer of the esophagus, of the throat, the liver, the pancreas, and breast cancer. So that's why they always say consume alcohol in moderation, if at all. Now, with everything that you have learned today, we're going to take a look at how to portion off our plates to ensure that healthy food choices are made in each meal. I would like you to claim a row with your pointer tool, then write with your text tool the amount of your plate you think should be sectioned off for fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and other, and how big in inches you think your plate should be. I'll give you 2 minutes to complete this exercise, and then give me a green check mark when you're done. Now remember, your plate is 100%, so make sure all your percentages add up to 100. Great, you all did a wonderful job. I'm going to let you see what the answers are. So as you can see, fruits and vegetables are to be 50% of your plate in each of your meals. Now this doesn't mean that breakfast you need to have vegetables, although lots of people are starting to do that. What it means is you need to balance your diet. You can have fruit at breakfast and vegetables at dinner. Proteins are to be 25% of your plate, and grains finishing up the rest of that plate at 25%. It is recommended that during a meal, we are also providing water. For children, your plate sizes are much smaller than that of an adult. Children's plate sizes being 7 inches and an adult plate size being 9 inches. But the percentage of what you have on your plate should still be the same. So for children, 50% of their plate should still be fruits and vegetables. Now, what I'd like you to do is, using one of your hands, I'd like you to measure out the following. So the palm of your hand should be the average size amount of lean meat. So take a look at your hand. And if this is the amount of rice or the amount of cooked pasta or cereal that you should be having during a meal. A thumb is the amount of cheese that you should be having. Now, if I look at my thumb, I surely don't have that much cheese, or that little, should I say. And then the tip of your thumb is the amount of salad dressing you should have on your meal. Now, give me a green check if you honestly use that much salad dressing for a meal. Well, at least everybody's honest, and I don't think we could survive on a thumb tip being the size of our meal, the size of our salad dressing for our meal. So please give me a smiley face if you're surprised by any of these portion sizes.
Did anybody,
I think we all are.
Kristina, did you guys see the, there was a news report that came out that said that cheese is as addictive as, like, cocaine?
Never even heard that.
I don't know if it was true or not, you know, the things we hear on the internet, but I wouldn't doubt it if that was true, because it is pretty addictive.
Yeah, it is. I eat cheese. My family goes through a brick of cheese in a week. So if I had to portion off that we each had a thumb slice for cheese for our meal, I think my family would go into chaos. Now, I can provide this meal plate planner for you all if you want by email. Just let me know at the end of today's session. So I would like to take this time to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to support me and to participate in this virtual learning experience on Foods for a Healthy Heart. Are there any questions or comments about what you have learned? Bueller? Okay, since there's no questions, Joanna, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome. All right. So always so much information, and it's so good because it's good to be reminded. I love that. I love that slide at the end with the plate size and looking at our hands. I don't know about you guys, but looking at my hand and seeing, oh, that's what size of meat I should be eating, or wow, I am definitely using more salad dressing than I probably should have. And so even if sometimes we go over, I think it's so good to have these visuals to remind us that what we're aiming for are these portion sizes. So excellent information, Kristina. So good job. If everybody wants to give Kristina a round of applause from your smiley face drop-down options, that would be awesome. Yeah, Francis, are you giving her a high five, or is that your round of applause? Awesome. Okay, so great job, Kristina. So thanks again, everybody, for supporting Kristina. I know that you're all associated with the MFRC there in Petawawa. So as always, we encourage you, think about how you can use this virtual classroom to reach out to your families who maybe aren't able to make it into your center, getting that deployment information to them in their homes, or getting them information about resources and supports that are available to them. And you can do that from the comfort of their home. So it's really amazing. And now you get two people who have done the class and who are able to bring some good quality programming to the Petawawa area, Kristina and Francis. So awesome for both of you guys, and great job, Kristina. So you'll notice that down in the chat box, there is a link to a survey. It's just like a few questions just to give Kristina some feedback on how she did today and answer a question about virtual. So if you click on the link, it's going to open in a separate browser for you so that you can come back and close out of your WebEx and then take the survey separately. So feel free to say goodbye to Kristina, click on the link, and just answer a couple short questions for us. And then Kristina, as they're leaving, if you don't mind just staying on with me for a few minutes.
Yep, not a problem. Thanks, guys, for coming.
Thanks, everybody.